We turn now to our fourth. I have no ability to count anymore. Our fourth Turning Points service. Rabbi Ali, I'm going to spotlight you just for 1 second. I want to introduce Rabbi Ali Fishman if this is your first Turning Points service. So just say hello to Rabbi Ali. I'm going to let you go back to work now. And I'm going to re-spotlight myself. If you're new to this ritual, as a ritual, we're doing it 2 more times after tonight. It's celebrated as part of Shabbat services because during the pandemic, it's been harder than ever to pay attention to the transitions in our lives that deserve to be honored. So we have created a ritual that honors the major moments lives by creating sacred space and place for these milestone events. There are so many turning points in our lives. They are from publishing a book or retiring or welcoming a child or grandchild to career changes. We have missed our life's journeys. And so we're going to celebrate our life's journeys. We hear a story. This evening, we'll hear from Tracey Messer, because we know that stories are powerful. They connect us to one another and inspire deep reflection. And so from Tracey, you'll have a chance to learn from her and also learn about yourself from her. Well, after that, Deb will share a special song. Why is Rabbi Ali here? Rabbi Ali is here because we have received a grant to bring art into this beautiful experience. Rabbi Ali is a camp director. She is the director of Camp Newman in California, which is part of our Reform Movement network. She's also an artist. She is illustrating our shared ritual experience. And so she is joining us for every ritual, and she's live illustrating it. And she will, while Deb is singing, share with us the piece that she has specifically created for Tracey, for Tracey's story. So I want to highlight and spotlight Tracey. There she is. Tracey, I remember the first time I met you. You have another Hawaii connection here when you moved back. And I thought, oh goodness, I really hope Tracey and Karen join the congregation because they're the funniest people I've ever met. But most importantly, you teach at Case Western and you have so much to teach us. And I'm really excited to hear your journey. So I am going to remove myself and let you teach us.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, STKA family, Rabbi Fishman. I'm honored to be with you tonight to share one of my pandemic turning point stories. The late Rachel Remen wrote a story about the time her grandfather brought her a cup full of dirt when she was 4 years old. He added water to the dirt, placed it on her windowsill, and told her, if you promise to put some water in the cup every day, something might happen. At first, it was easy to put water in the cup, but as days passed and nothing changed, it got harder and harder. Some days she remembered watering only after she'd been put to bed, and she'd have to get out of bed and water in the dark. Then, one morning, there were 2 little green leaves that were not there the day before. She was astonished, but of course, her grandfather was not. He explained to her that life is everywhere, hidden in the most ordinary and unlikely places, and all it needs to flourish is our attention and faithfulness. I don't think of my case students as cups of dirt. But at the start of the pandemic, I was curious about what would grow in them and in me from our time together. Now, you have to remember that my wife and I were in London for spring break. We caught one of the last planes out, a mere 24 hours before the UK borders closed. My students were no better off. They were told not to return to campus from spring break and were not sure when they could retrieve their belongings. I arrived in Cleveland to the message that campus would be closed the following Monday and Tuesday, so faculty could prepare for remote education beginning on Wednesday. Most of us have a little imposter syndrome within us. My syndrome sparks when I look around and think, I'm in a profession that values the life of the mind, and that isn't me exactly. My superpowers are kindness and curiosity. So, teaching online had me wondering if my imposter status would be revealed. I wondered what I could do to attract students so they would turn on their cameras so we could see one another. I was disappointed when the technology didn't work and doubted my ability to create a learning environment that was equal to the talents and ambitions and short attention spans of my students in this new world of remote education. But I learned that the same faithfulness and attention that grows seedlings also grows students and their teachers. And my superpowers of kindness and curiosity came in handy when uncertainty rules. On Zoom, we did yoga, meditation, and even played hangman for the first few minutes of class to help us become present. We used breakout rooms and small groups to build community every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 to reduce our individual isolation. Of course, the pandemic did not only occur at work. One more story about attention and faithfulness, this one about my family. My wife, Karen, has a progressive cognitive impairment that has been especially challenging during the pandemic. Individually and together, we too are like seeds in the cup, providing water and sunshine to one another to the best of our ability, and finding it in the world around us keeps our shoots green and growing toward the sun.
These keep surprising me with how emotional I become. Tracey, you are an extraordinary gift. Thank you. I'm going to bring Deb here to start singing. I'm going to go away.
All right.
And then we're going to have Allie, Rabbi Allie, bring her art. Tracey, thank you.
Thank you.
I've always been good at beginnings. Lines fading off into the distance. I love the sense of endless possibility. Yeah. Open skies and no resistance. But it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you from the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Now the days move on just like the ones before. Trapped inside an empty box, always wanting more. I don't want to settle for mediocrity, no, but it's so hard to drag this dream into reality. And it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you from the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Come on, let's be the people we were meant to be. When I come to the end, complete the circle, look back upon the moments that made the journey. Will I close my eyes and enjoy it all again? Or will I have to wonder at what might have been? And it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you and the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Come on, let's be the people we were meant to be.
Blessed are you, God, who brings us to the goodness of this moment. We are grateful for the blessings and even the struggle and the losses too, for they remind us of our unique humanity. We are grateful for support, for connection. May we continue to uplift, to care for each other as we come together for these turning points. May the spirit of community, the inspiration of story, the harmony of music, and the beauty of art bring increased fulfillment and goodness to our lives. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Rabbi Ali, can you share with us the Hebrew that you put at the top?
Yeah, I used a phrase that that I've used before. It's one of my favorites, actually, from I think it's from Psalms, of those who sow in tears reap in joy. And Tracey, your story was just so striking to me about, you know, the cup of dirt, and also just the green shoots reaching towards the sky also, and how much is underneath the ground sometimes of those shoots. So yeah, felt suiting for it.
Thank you so much.